63-year-old Ilene Block from Maui, Hawaii became a bodybuilder in her 60s. She aims to prove that life doesn't end after 50 for women. In this video we will discuss the transformation of Ilene and what inspired her to transform her life. For more inspiring stories like this, make sure you're subscribed and turn on notifications so that you won't miss an upload. Ilene Block had a busy career as a lawyer and focused on raising her kids. She could never commit to her fitness goals as she wanted to, as she felt the preparation was intense. She wanted to be a bodybuilder. After retirement, Ilene decided she would do away with dieting. She had spent most of her life on diets and following fads in an attempt to have the perfect body. In doing this, she packed on 30 pounds. This did get Ilene down, but not for too long. While scrolling Instagram one day, she came across pictures of Joanne McDonald, a 76-year-old health and fitness influencer on social media. That's when Ilene decided to turn things around for herself. She was inspired by Joan's story, being that Joan had begun her fitness journey at 70. Ilene felt there wasn't any excuse for herself being that she was in her 60s. She decided to take action, so she signed up for a macro-based program in 2020. Within a year, she lost 40 pounds and felt great. According to her, she always wanted to do a bodybuilding show, but couldn't commit to it in her 30s, but now she could with her newfound passion for fitness. Ilene says she decided to reach out to a coach to help her get ready to compete in bodybuilding shows, and things took off from there. She has since competed in 2 bodybuilding shows and plans on continuing. Ilene says in interviews that even now she can't believe she has managed to compete on stage. She says when she walks on stage in her bikini posing and feeling confident, she thinks to herself, "Am I really doing this?" Ilene says, "It's amazing. One of my friends said to me that women turn invisible after they turn 50, and I do not agree with this at all. I want to prove that stereotypes aren't true and that women can do whatever they want at whatever age. I began my preparation for shows in January 2022 with a mini build for my muscles, and by June I started to cut. I lost 24 pounds in 25 weeks during my prep for the show. I got down to 120 pounds by the time I stepped on stage." Ilene says she couldn't believe that she was around 120 pounds. That's the size that she was when she got married in her early 20s, and now she was back to that weight. Ilene took part in 2 shows in the space of 2 weeks, and was the oldest competitor at both. Competing in bodybuilding shows in her 60s completely changed Ilene's view of what's possible for women when they reach a certain age. Ilene says even though she used to exercise, she never pushed herself out of her comfort zone, and was stuck in a rut with what she was doing. Now Ilene is training 6 times a week with a focus on weightlifting. She says it's amazing to feel so fit and healthy at her age. "I am now fitter and healthier than I have ever been before in my life. How exciting is that?" says Ilene. Although Ilene had a moment of panic as she was about to step on stage for the first time, she quickly reminded herself of how she worked her butt off to get to that position, and she embraced her moment. Ilene wanted to feel confident, comfortable, and like she belonged on stage when the time came, so she got lots of posing training prior. Ilene says she couldn't believe that she was really competing because she thought it was something that had passed her by years ago, but here she was in her 60s and just starting out. In Ilene's words, "Even though I'm older and post-menopausal, it is so fascinating to see how my body responds to training and my diet, and I can't wait to see what I can achieve for the next show. I am going to spend this year focusing on building my body before cutting again for the shows, which will be around my 65th birthday." Ilene says it's never too late and you're not too old. She wants people to know this. She wants to challenge society's views of women in their 60s. She says, "My exterior now matches how I feel inside." Ilene says women reach out to her, and they say how they look like how she looked in her before pictures, that she has given them hope. That has put her on a mission to change older women's perspective and help as many people as she can. In Ilene's words, "I have friends who spend their days playing Wordle, cooking and eating, and while there is nothing wrong with this, I am just embarking on a new adventure in my life. There is so much more to discover and achieve. Life doesn't stop after you're 50. Whatever society and social media are telling you, find out what you want for yourself and put your mind to achieving that." Ilene's inspiring story is one of dedication and belief, one that says, when there is a will, there is a way. As long as you are willing to put in the work, you will at some point reach success, so don't give up. I hope Ilene's story has encouraged you all to be the best and healthiest versions of yourself, even if that means stepping out of your comfort zones. That wraps it up for this video. Please give it a like if you don't mind. Thanks for watching, and go live one health of a life.